In this lecture, we'll be installing Spinnaker. I'm going to go over the tools used to install Spinnaker. In these lectures, we're also going to be using some scripts. We've built these little scripts for your convenience. We're going to be installing Spinnaker on DigitalOcean and enable authentication using GitHub. This is required as Spinnaker won't be able to start by default if it hasn't authentication enabled. We're also going to be installing Spinnaker locally using Vagrant. The tools for installing Spinnaker. To install Spinnaker, we'll be using Hollyart. Hollyart is a tool to configure, update and install Spinnaker. Hollyart is created to install Spinnaker more easily. As you can see in this diagram, Hollyart is used to set up configuration and credentials and persistent storage. This is required as Spinnaker needs an external storage provider for persisting your application settings and configure pipelines. Because these data are sensitive and can be costly to lose, we recommend for production usage to use a hosted storage solution you're confident in and is well integrated into your cloud provider. For example, if you're using AWS, we recommend you using S3 storage, as it's high reliable and durable. Finally, when everything is configured correctly, Hollyart builds up a configuration file for your settings. When you install Spinnaker using Hollyart, the command is halt deploy apply, Hollyart is going to read this config file and deploy Spinnaker accordingly. In this lab we'll be using Minio. Minio is an S3 compatible storage. But Hollyart also supports other storage systems, like Azure Storage, Google Cloud Storage, Redis, AWS S3, and of course Minio. Now I'll be going over the scripts used in the labs. So when you go to our GitHub page, you can find everything related to this course. In this repository, you will find a lot of scripts. These scripts are prefixed with a number, so you won't be confused in the order in which you should execute them. The first one, create user script, obviously creates the user. The second one is the swap on script. This is needed for machines under 8 GB of RAM, so you need to enable swap. Third one installs Hollyart itself. And the fourth script is to configure OAuth. To configure authentication on Spinnaker using GitHub, you need to run this script, but be careful, you need to edit it first. The fifth script actually deploys Spinnaker with Hollyart and enable authentication using GitHub. The sixth script restarts Spinnaker and all its services. This is to make sure everything is cleanly started and the latest configuration files are loaded. In the next lab, we'll be starting with installing Spinnaker on DigitalOcean. In the lab after that, we're going to be installing Spinnaker locally using Vagrant. Good luck!